Well, welcome back to our morning show. I'm Shelley Irwin, in for Fred Martino. Glad you're here. Fred's back in the hot seat tomorrow, Wednesday. That's one less holiday shopping day to look forward to. Well, I'm pleased to introduce our next guest. The website is fastfoodsource.com. The site educates us to current news, articles, and links. There's a guest book, a kids' corner, and an online store. Fast food is truly part of our lives. Welcome, Rod Baruki. He is the founder of fastfoodsource.com, and he's a self-admitted fast food junkie. He's here to answer all of our questions. Hello to you, Rob.
Hi, Shelley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Well,
glad to be here.
Yeah, good. And we're glad you're here because I have a feeling many of our listeners eat fast food.
I'm sure they do.
You describe your website, Rob, as easy like a drive-through, fast and convenient. Now, come on, that's a little much.
Oh, no. Definitely easy.
Why create your site, good man?
Well, the idea of the site was kind of came from when I was working in a big corporate environment, and you know, one of us in the office would end up having to make the typical lunch run for all the coworkers, and there wasn't a convenient place on the web at the time that I created the site where people could go and find out local menus, find out what the prices are of things, print out a list of the local area restaurants and figure out exactly what everybody wants before you make the run. And just because I am a fast food fan, I took it upon myself to start putting that information together into a site, and it just kind of grew into a site that provides nutrition information and local information for over 50 U.S. cities. It's just what the readers have told me they wanted. I'd respond and put more and more stuff on there. It turned out I'm not alone in my love of fast food.
Yeah. And are you getting hits? Are people using your site?
Yeah, I am. I've been online for a little over 2 years, and the site has increased steadily in its readership, and I do get a lot of regular readers, but then again, I also get a lot of new visitors each month. And not only from the United States, which is what I'm targeting, but I also get readers in China and all over the world. So it's interesting to get email from people all over the world talking about or asking questions about fast food chains.
On the bottom line, I mean, our fast food stores are international, aren't they?
They are. That's right. Yeah. It's just if I were to make this an international site, I would sit here all day and do nothing else and pull my hair out after a while, but concentrating just on the U.S. thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, that can't be good for you, Rob. Well, what do we define as fast food?
Well, that's a good question, because what I define as fast food is something that on my site, my tagline for Fast Food Source is where happiness comes in a paper wrapper. So I kind of think of fast food as anything that can be presented to you in a portable takeout form. So it can be your conventional takeout food. It could be Chinese. It can be, anything like that you might run in and grab on your way home from work. I like it when there's a drive-through or drive-through ability for the stores, although a lot of sandwich shops do not have drive-through, and I still count those as fast food.
Okay.
We did have an interesting debate, though, on our site a few months ago about whether pizza should be considered fast food or not.
That's on my list. Is Pizza Hut a fast food restaurant? Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I personally think of it as a convenience food, not really a fast food, unless you count the express locations that are popping up all over, the Pizza Hut Expresses and things like that, where the pizzas are already made and you just grab them. I guess in that sense, then it is fast food, but what most people eat in terms of fast food, Domino's or delivery, waiting a half an hour for food is maybe convenient when you don't want to go out, but I don't know if I'd call that fast food.
Right. And that leads me to my next question, Rob. What studies show us, or what is the appropriate fast food time? How long should we wait in that drive-through?
Well, I don't know if there's a specific time. There's a lot of studies that the industry puts out, and my site, I have to remind people that write to me that I'm not an industry representative. I'm just it's almost a fan site, if there is such a thing for fast food. And I follow the information pretty closely, but the industry itself, each individual chain will do studies on how fast they think people should be served. And I'm sure your listeners will laugh when I say that, the target time for service is usually 60 seconds.
Yeah, you might even get a laugh from me on that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I know a lot of the trend lately, and the chains seem to go through these phases where they will try different trends. They might try salads to appeal to maybe the more healthy, attitudes or the healthy bent. And lately they've been trying this, we won't make it till you order it kind of thing. And, when McDonald's takes up a cause, then of course everybody else tries to do the same thing. And that, of course, slows everything down. So fast food has kind of slowed down over the last 12 months as people have started to, or chains have started to experiment with the we'll make it when you order it model.
Yeah, which probably enhances the ideal of freshness, correct?
Well, it does, but when you're going to a chain where you know that the food is processed and you've been eating there for years and you know that the food has not changed, the only difference is that maybe it's hotter when you're receiving it. Other than that, they're assembling it in the same way. They're just not putting it together until you place that order. Unless you're going to a chain where they say, we're going to fry up your burger or we're going to grill your burger once you place that order.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. Hey, we're speaking with Rod Barucki. He's the founder of FastFoodSource.com. He's a self-admitted fast food junkie. I trust you're considered pro-fast food, right, Rob?
I am, yeah.
If you have questions or comments for Rob, do call us at 331-6688 or 1-800-442-2771. There seems to be a latest rave of the low-priced fares, Rob. The 99-cent this, the dollars for the big this.
Right.
Where are we coming up with this?
Yeah, that's interesting. It's, again, one chain will attempt to do a 99-cent menu, or they'll do a limited promotion on a specialty priced item, and then the other chains will try to outdo them by adding more to their 99-cent menu until you end up with a big expanded menu like McDonald's is pushing right now, which in some areas is a 99-cent menu, in some areas it's a dollar menu. But these tactics come and go. They like to play these pricing games to draw you into the store, especially when there's no new product rollout. A lot of times, let's say Taco Bell rolls out a new product, and then another competing chain wants to get your attention, but they don't have anything necessarily new, so they'll try to draw you in with the low-price stuff because they can make up the difference, of course, on drinks and dessert if you were going to order that. Soft drink prices have been going up so steadily in fast food restaurants that they're really raking it in on the sodas.
I've got a message from my producer, and I will not name the fast food restaurant, but his favorite or his local well-attended fast food restaurant cannot seem to serve in less than 15 minutes, and that's even when there's only 2 customers ahead of him. It's not that hotter either. What would be the excuse for that delay, Rob?
Oh, I don't know. Staffing? It would depend on what the particular restaurant chain is. If I don't know if there is an excuse. You should ask the manager, find out if that's.
Yeah, that may just be pure management. And speaking of cities, on your website, Rob, you have a fast food restaurant list where we can find our city, and yes, Grand Rapids is in there.
Yep.
That presents us with our fast food restaurants.
That's right.
Clever.
I try to put in some local stuff, too, and I really rely on the readers to go in there and email me their favorite chain. And even if it's not a chain, if you have a little local hangout, a little mom-and-pop burger joint or something that you consider fast food, and it's great, and you want to share it with your neighbors, you're welcome to send me an email. Let me know what the name of the place is, the address, your favorite menu items, and I'll put it in a section of that Michigan page where it lists the best local hangouts.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's neat. Yeah. It's a lot of fun when I get readers to go on and share their own favorite places.
And you have an area for interactive forums. Do you get conversation going between?
Yeah. Usually I'll put a topic up on the homepage where you say we're asking, is pizza a fast food or not? And then we open it up for discussion, and readers can come on and say, yes, it is, and list their arguments or, argue against it. And a lot of people on the discussion forums are using that area to lament the demise of fast food chains or of discontinued fast food items. It's surprising how many people have fond memories of fast food from their childhood, especially people in their 30s and 40s who grew up with it, and how they might miss a particular item. Or, I've had someone complaining about how Happy Meals don't come in boxes anymore, things like that. So it's a lot of fun. It really is a light. I try to keep it light and fun. It's not supposed to be a heavy, industry site.
Yeah. Well, let's compare the terms. Let's go into some terminology.
Okay.
Fast food versus junk food. One and the same?
No, I wouldn't consider them the same. There's a lot of, believe it or not, there is healthier fast food out there. I mean, obviously, you have to be aware of nutrition information, whether you're making yourself a sandwich or you're eating out. And that's the bottom line, is you can't, give up your personal responsibility.
Right.
But there is healthier fast food. You just have to look a little harder for it.
Talk about you personally. What percentage of your meals are fast food?
Well, I'm in my mid-30s now, so I don't eat it as much as I used to. Maybe 3 to 5 times a week I'll go out. Whereas, when I was in college, of course, I'd eat it every day.
Yeah.
So, it's been a part of my life since I've been growing up, but, I have to scale back a little bit.
Yeah. And I saw you on NBC Nightly News. You do not look like you are a product of your environment.
No,
you must, keep on walking, as they say.
Exactly. Exercise, of course, and all the things that people tell you is right. The nutritionists are right.
Yeah. Also on your site, Rob, you do present us with some newsworthy articles. Share a couple of these. Looks like McDonald's is, and these have been in the news, but McDonald's is accepting plastic, correct, or will?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to roll out, and some of the smaller chains have already experimented with this, and McDonald's is going to start to take credit cards and debit cards in their chains and in all of the franchise and store or corporate locations.
But won't that negate the fast food? I mean, won't that take an extra 10 seconds to develop?
Well, maybe an extra 10 seconds, but a lot of people appreciate the not having to count out the cash or deal with the change. And for them, credit cards are becoming more and more of a fast, convenient. I mean, you can buy gas with credit card and save some time. Mm-hmm. Movie tickets, groceries, of course. And I don't know that it takes much more time to whip out your credit card.
Mm-hmm. Another recent AP News story, Rob. A man was trapped in a freezing car. He survived by burning paper and eating fast food sauce. Boy,
yeah, isn't that amazing?
That needed to go right on your webpage.
I know. Yeah. I laughed when I read that article because when we did that NBC News story, I met the PR manager at Taco Bell, and she and I had been talking about, fast food trends, and when I saw that he was eating Taco Bell hot sauce to survive, I just cracked up and had to forward that to her, and so I thought that was amazing. Yeah. But there's a sign of the times, if anything. Mm-hmm. The guy luckily had some fast food sauce in his glove box.
Mm-hmm. The competition, is there true competition out there, or does each have its own venue, Rob?
You mean among chains or fast food?
But among McDonald's versus Burger King versus Wendy's. I mean, no one's put. I mean, Hardee's. I've seen some closings of some Hardee's, but your thoughts on the competition?
Well, Hardee's is a special case because they were bought out by Carl Karcher Enterprises, or CKE, and Carl's Jr., which is on the West Coast, is basically what Hardee's is becoming. As far as whether one chain will ever maybe top McDonald's, or whether the pecking order will change among McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's, I don't know. I mean, they're pretty. The market is pretty saturated. I don't see another big player in any particular area, except maybe Mexican food. Taco Bell is the only worldwide player right now in the Mexican food category. Del Taco is a up-and-comer that's in the Southwest and Midwest, and they're looking to expand. And then there's some smaller chains that are also a specialty, Chipotle, and a couple other ones. So you might see another big taco chain come up. Mm-hmm. But I think burgers, I don't know if you're going to see anybody else in the McDonald's, Burger King vein.
We talk light-hearted talk on fast food, but restaurants, on the serious side, Rob, we have to adopt a restaurant grading. I mean, we have to make sure that the inspectors know that we're here, correct?
Yes, and I'm not sure if you in West Michigan, do you have anything like that for your restaurants? Do your health inspectors post grades?
Boy, I want to say yes. I've only been here a year, but I want to say yes. Whether they're in front of us, I'm not sure. I know on the east side of the state there has been.
Well, I'm in Los Angeles, and the neat thing is a few years ago, Los Angeles and San Diego counties rolled out a grading system where they post an A, B, C, or D, or actually an A, B, or a C letter grade in the windows of the restaurants. And basically when the inspectors come in and do their normal inspection, the store is given a letter grade to correspond with their percentage, based on cleanliness, whether their food is kept at the proper temperature, whether the plumbing is adequate, all those little criteria, whether they have the proper documentation. It may not be cleanliness. It could be other things that factor into the grade, but I do provide links for the cities that I know of that do have grades, so that people can go on and say, okay, well, in my area there are, 15 restaurants, but, 4 of them have a B or lower, and, I'm going to steer clear of those. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. They did a study here in Los Angeles about a year ago, and they said that as many as 80% of people will avoid a restaurant that has a lower than a B grade.
Would you?
So it is working.
Yeah, and do you recommend that? I mean,
well, I have a little coffee shop that we go to. It's just a local coffee shop. It's not fast food, but they've had lower than an A grade before. But we've been eating there for years, and it's not going to stop me from going. I know the people, and I know what they cook, and I'm comfortable eating there. So I think it's an individual decision.
Yeah.
If I were in a strange area and looking to grab a bite, I would be looking for the A grade.
Hey, your website has won an award, the 2002-2003 Golden Web Award. Expand on that.
Yeah, well, there are a bunch of web designers on the Internet that get together and evaluate other web designers' web pages. So it's kind of neat. You can submit or nominate sites for awards, and web designers will go on and evaluate them in terms of layout, ease of use, color scheme, that sort of thing. And so I've received a couple accolades for the design of my site, and I'm very happy about that because I deliberately made the site, in my mind, as easy as I could. I wanted it to be like fast food, convenient, a couple clicks and you get the information you need and then you move on. And then hopefully people will come back and keep, bookmark the site and use it regularly.
Sure.
So,
future of fast food, good man, as we look to close.
Future of fast food. Well, like I said, you can look for some smaller chains in other categories other than burgers to expand. I don't think the fast food is going anywhere. It's definitely a part of the U.S. culture, and as I read messages from people around the world, I think it's becoming a part of the world culture. I see this in far-reaching places. People are embracing fast food for whatever reasons, convenience or taste or American, ideals, whatever it might represent, depending on where in the world you are. But I just see it growing. I don't see that fast food chains are in any long-term danger.
And how can we get a hold of you, Rob?
You can visit me at www.fastfoodsource.com, and you're welcome to email me at rob@fastfoodsource.com.
My last question for you, if you had to have one last meal, God forbid, what would that be?
I think it's going to have to be a Big Mac.
Okay. Hey, that's from the expert. Rob, thanks for your time. I wish we had more time.
Oh, my pleasure, Shelley.
Take care now, okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Big Mac from the expert. Thanks, Miss Michigan, for your time, and Fred will be back tomorrow. Thanks a lot.